Welcome to this demo of HydroCam, the latest addition to Paro's suite of hydraulic design software. In this short video, we'll introduce the philosophy behind our computer-aided manufacturing solution HydroCam, explain how it works, and show why it's a game-changer for CNC manifold production. Why did we create HydroCam? Because manually programming a CNC machine for hydraulic manifolds is time-consuming and repetitive. Depending on the complexity of the design, programming can take hours or even days. While earlier steps in the hydraulic design process have become highly optimized with HydroSim and HydroMan, the final stage, actual manifold production, was still stuck in the past. HydroCam changes that. It can automatically generate CNC machine code directly from your HydroMan design. Through the HydroCam library, you define a machining sequence once and reuse it forever. This eliminates repetitive tasks, speeds up production, reduces errors, and ensures consistency across all future designs. HydroCam is built to work with all types of CNC machining centers, regardless of their control language. So, how does HydroCam actually do it? Let's take a step inside the process and see how your HydroMan design transforms into machine-ready code. How does it work? HydroCam converts the design you've created in HydroMan into CNC machine-readable code, like G-code. This includes all relevant machining parameters, such as tool order, coordinates, diameters, depths, and more. In simple terms, HydroCam matches each feature in your HydroMan design to a machining sequence from your library and generates the necessary code for your CNC machine. This is what we call feature definition. We'll get back to that in a little bit. Think of HydroCam as a smart library of machining knowledge, completely tailored to your operation. So what's inside this library? The short answer? Your expertise. HydroCam gets the information from you. You enter a machining sequence for a feature once, and it's stored to use again in every future project. Over time, the library becomes a reflection of your operation, capturing your expertise, tooling, and processes. At the start, the library is empty, aside from a few example sequences we provide. Each sequence includes the what, that is, the shape and dimensions of the feature. For example, a counter bore, through hole, or tapped hole. The how, meaning the machining strategy, including tool selection, feeds, and speeds. What makes HydroCam different? It doesn't try to guess the features. It knows them. HydroCam reads the exact feature from your HydroMan file, for example, a BSP port, with all data intact, and then exports it the way you've defined the BSP port sequence in your library. Unlike traditional CAM software that relies on feature recognition, HydroCam uses feature definition. This means no information is lost between HydroMan and HydroCam, as every feature is already defined at the design stage. Now that we've covered the basics of how HydroCam works, let's start from the beginning and set up a project together. HydroCam is designed like a setup wizard, guiding you through each stage step by step. Once you've completed the information on one page, simply click the arrow to move on to the next. Here's how it begins. First, add a project number and description. This is for your own reference and organization. Then, import your HydroMan file to load the manifold you want to machine. After this, select the CNC machine you'll be using for production. And finally, specify the material type for the manifold. Once these basic settings are complete, you'll move to the fixturing page. HydroCam supports 3, 4, and 5-axis machines. On 4-axis machines, it even helps you decide the optimal fixturing order. This is especially useful when working with angled holes, as it helps minimize operator intervention. HydroCam automatically detects all machinable features based on the selected fixturing orientation, preparing the groundwork for the machining plan. Then, HydroCam checks if a valid sequence exists in your library for each feature. If not, it alerts you. For example, missing counterbore sequence. You can then define a new sequence by specifying the feature and valid parameters and adding the machining process. Once both are defined, HydroCam knows exactly how to machine that feature. Once all features are matched to sequences, HydroCam generates the machining program. It also optimizes the machining order to reduce unnecessary tool changes, while still maintaining the tooling order for each feature as specified by you, the user. After generating the program, HydroCam immediately presents it to you. At this stage, you can still fine-tune your program by adjusting the order of operations, modifying drilling strategies as needed, and changing feeds and speeds. Once you're satisfied, it's time to start exporting. If applicable, assign tool numbers first, then continue exporting. What makes HydroCam unique and groundbreaking? HydroCam is specifically designed for hydraulic manifold production. While most CAM tools focus on complex external geometry, HydroCam addresses the real challenge: the intricate internal features of manifolds. With HydroCam, you get a library-driven workflow that ensures consistency in every manifold you machine, while eliminating the need to manually reprogram the same features. No other CAM software considers the specific machining needs of hydraulic manifolds like HydroCam does. We're excited to help you bring efficiency and reliability to your manifold production with HydroCam, a tool perfectly suited for your production process. If you're curious to see how HydroCam fits into your workflow, don't hesitate to get in touch.